What's up everyone? Thank you for joining me again on my channel. It is much appreciated. Today I'm bringing you a review of a new movie that just came out called The Last Duel. Directed by Ridley Scott, this movie is kind of on the fence for me. This review will be a spoiler-free review. However, I will add in this trigger warning. This movie does touch quite heavily upon rape. So if you are not really comfortable with that, or if you are a survivor of rape or know someone who has been raped, this might not be for you. So that's just something to take into consideration. I didn't want to go through this and then not say anything about it, and then you go see the movie and then maybe walk out or feel completely uncomfortable and it ruin your experience. So let's get into this. So seeing the director Ridley Scott was part of this movie, or directed this movie, he directed Alien: The Covenant, Gladiator, The Martian, many other things. So I thought that this movie would be a lot better than what it was for me. This movie stars Matt Damon, Jodie Comer, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, Harriet Walter, and much, much more. So this cast is pretty good. Overall, the cinematography was amazing. The locations that they used, everything was really well done. The lighting was good. The acting was pretty good from various people. The interactions between actors and actresses was good. However, there are some negatives that I'll touch on. Sometimes the dialogue was a little off for me. It was very slow. It was very, very, very slow, especially between the first and second acts of the movie. It was a lot slower than I thought it was going to be, and there was just these nuances of things that happened in especially the first act that just didn't really line up, you know, like timeline issues, location issues. You know, in one moment we're in, let's say, Paris, and then another minute we're in Scotland, you know, and then another minute we're in England. So it was just all over the place for me a little bit. But overall, I have to say this movie's pretty okay. I'm not going to say it's horrible, and I'm not going to say it's really good, because I don't think either of those things. I think it was just okay. I think personally, if they went a different route with this movie, they would have hit the mark perfectly. So to kind of give you a better understanding without spoiling it too much for you, this movie has a certain element that various movies will do that I actually like if you can do it right. This kind of touches on and embodies the idea of this is your side, this is my side, and this is the truth. So that's all I'm going to say about that, and that's like a main thing of this movie is this is your side, this is my side, and this is the truth. So as I said, you know, there were great performances in this movie. However, there are some other things that kind of got me a little taken out of the movie. For instance, a lot of accents weren't really on point. There were a lot of American actors who were trying to do certain accents, and it just didn't go well at all. Some people just lost an accent through the halfway in the movie. You know, Anthony and I looked over at each other like, where does accent go? Overall, not a bad movie, not a terrible movie by any means. So I had no idea what this was really about going into it. So this movie is based off a true story in which King Charles VI kind of pits this one knight against another knight, or another squire, sorry, because of something that happens in the movie, and that's how they have to settle it. And to give some final thoughts here, Jodie Comer is the best part of this movie. By far, hands down, no questions asked. She is the best part of this movie. She had me just enveloped in the movie emotionally. Just everything about her performance in this movie was really good. I really challenge anybody who goes to see this movie to really pay attention to the cues, the nonverbal cues with a lot of different characters, and to pay attention to subtle nuances in this movie, because I wasn't lost because I wasn't paying attention. I was lost because things were just going a little too fast but too slow. What I mean by that is they would rush certain elements but still be slow with telling the story, you know? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for that review. If you already had a preconceived notion about what this movie was about based off the book, you know, just please leave a comment down below and let's discuss, because I had no idea about this. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, if you've seen the movie or if you haven't seen it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. Until the next one.